Green, your online marketing success coach, and I want to thank everyone for coming to watch us on our live broadcast. Today I have Antwan and Asta Cummings on the Hangout, and we want to kind of talk about planning out your success online and writing it down. So first, Antwan, I want to kind of ask you, what drew you or what made you want to start working from home online?
Well, first of all, I just want to say thanks everyone for the invite, and thanks for being here at this time. Pleasure to meet you, Asta, for the first time. It's been a journey. To be honest with you, for me, starting online was something that I've always wanted. I mean, it dates back to the time when I was 12, of wanting to be my own boss. So going through some things, going through life, just taking the time and taking a different path in life. That's just things you just tend to get into a rut, and you just allow yourself to just pretty much survive life instead of living. Just a set of circumstances in the last few years, which is accustomed to anyone. I mean, we all go through them, but I've always had my dream of being my own boss. I just never wanted to be the person that conforms to society, and what society believes that's right for my life. So I've gotten involved in several ventures that, they panned out and some didn't. But I realized that a lot of them didn't work out because I chose not to work them, because I didn't understand the details, and sometimes it was because, you didn't have the support. People don't have the support that they need in order to, make those things a reality. Well, last year I was going through some things, and my sister actually sent me an email that I opened up that talked about these two homeless guys, weird dudes, but how they created their own success through, starting an online marketing business, which is, Empower Network. And at the time, because of the situation I was going through, I really couldn't conceive, the idea. I couldn't take it in. I couldn't digest it. So I kind of like threw it by the side.
Right.
A few months later, I'd never been on a social network, never even wanted to be a part of social networking. It just wasn't my thing. But some family members encouraged me to get a Facebook account so that I can stay, close with them, being that we're kind of like separated.
Right.
So I did. And that was one of the first keys. I seen a young man introduce something online about a business venture, and lo and behold, I clicked this link, and it takes me back to these two dudes again that my sister had introduced me to some months before. And I just had a feeling that this was like the opportunity for me. They say luck doesn't strike twice, but in my case, it showed favor on me that it actually hit me twice to come into the same information over again. So that was my deciding moment that I decided to get into Empower. I took the chance, and I stopped allowing fear to dictate my life. And for the first time in my life, I actually feel like I'm on that journey to get me to where I need to be, because a job just won't give you what you desire in life, especially not my job. It's just not going to happen.
Right, and just to call to a notice about what you said about that email coming back to you, what they basically were doing was they was popping up all over the place, and that's the whole purpose of someone getting into online marketing or network marketing or affiliate marketing is what they call it.
Right.
You want to be able to let people see you. For some odd reason, a lot of people think, oh, well, if I get online today, I can make money within a day or a week, and, it's going to be good. That's not what this is based on. This is based on you finding different places for you to set up a profile for people to find you. And it takes work. It's not easy. No, it's not easy. And when I started 10 years ago, my main reason for me starting was because I was a mother that had to tend to her children, and I never had enough time if I was working a full-time job to support my kids. And so, like, I couldn't do anything as far as, like, taking them places or being able to spend an extra time with them. And if one of them forbid they got sick in school, the job would like act funny with me, I would either get wrote up, or they would say, we just don't want you to come back, because they feel like it was going to be an oncoming or ongoing problem. And so I had to find something, and I had to find something really fast. Now, it didn't happen fast for me, but I was thinking ahead of time, like basically thinking for my future, ahead of time. And I said, well, you know what? If I keep waiting for someone to give me that special job, if I keep waiting for someone to give me a job that's going to fit my schedule, by the time I know it, it would have been 10 or 20 years, and it'll be time for me to retire, and I won't have any type of retirement money, because everybody knows that I have a felony. I sold drugs when I was younger, so it's hard for me to find a job. So I took that path to say, I'm going to set my intentions now for down the road, because I don't have any experience or I don't have any skills. So I started buying books. I started reading. I started getting online more. And that's what it takes for a lot of people, and they don't understand it. I started with no computer background. I started with no knowledge of what HTML was, what a capture page was, what a blog was, or any of that, thinking, oh, it's going to be hard. I was scared, because I was by myself most of the time, figuring out most of the things that I needed to know to make the business be successful. And so I didn't have anyone there to guide me and help me and tell me what to do. I was going off of all of these emails that were coming. And I bought things and I purchased things, and I would try to learn the system. Some of them would work, some of them didn't work. But it wasn't because of the system. It was because I didn't understand the system.
Correct.
And what it is, a lot of people jump in and they don't take the time to kind of find out what makes the system work. You don't go look for people that are not interested in what you're doing. You go and get in the pool of people that are looking for what you are doing, and it won't be hard for you to find people that want to join your business. So, but before you do that, of course, you want to write down, you want to plan, you want to know what your whole purpose is, why you're coming into this business, and what are you going to do to provide the value to someone else. What would make, and this is what I always would think to myself, what would make me join a person? Well, let me think. The first thing is, if they're going to give me some type of support, if they're going to help me and give me some type of guidance, then I'm going to go for that person, because that person is going to teach me something. You see what I'm saying? And then you need to also know what you don't know is what you need to find out. That's what you need to learn. Because in order for you to teach it to someone else, you have to know what you're doing or what you're talking about too, right? And so I try to tell everybody to kind of get out their pen and paper and write down some of the things that they're learning, and keep that piece of paper in an organized manner so you can remember where you left off, because it's a lot of stuff to do, and I'm not trying to scare anybody away, but once you figure out the pattern of it, it becomes very easy. It becomes what do you call it? Your brain, your subconscious mind starts to tell you that you can continue to keep doing this, and it'll actually guide you into doing something even newer or different or better. And I noticed within a matter of months of me starting to study it, I would start having brain waves where I would get up and literally do things, and I didn't realize what I had just done. And I'd be like, did I just do that? But yeah, I had just did that. And so, it goes from knowing how to set up your capture page. It goes from knowing how to set up a website or a blog. It goes from knowing how to write good, compelling emails. It goes from knowing how to write a good ad copy. It goes from knowing how to engage with other people. And if you don't understand what the back end of each one of those things that I named are, you're not going to be able to understand it, because you're missing a big major part of it, and you're only getting maybe 5 or 10% of it. And if you're only getting 5 or 10% of it, how can you know exactly how to organize your business and to make it run? Because you can't explain it to someone else. You know, people want to know that they're going to get in with someone that really can help them or show them what to do. Because in all reality, even though we're online, people join real people. People want to know that you're going to appreciate them coming to pay to get in a business with you for them to make it work. They don't want to get involved with someone and they don't think that you're capable of supporting, helping, or guiding them. So that's where it came today about the webinar, saying planning it out for your success and writing it down. And so I'm going to share a couple of key tips of the things that I did before I became successful that helped me become successful. I painted a picture for myself is what I did. I wrote words and pictures and things, and I hung them all around me for me to be able to see them every day so I could actually understand what my passion was, what my drive was, what I wanted to learn. Because it's all about basic communication. You got to learn how to communicate with yourself in order to communicate with somebody else. And people might say that you're crazy if you communicate with yourself, but that's not what that means. You know, you got to get an understanding of what it is that you're doing in your company. And once you figure that part out, you won't have a problem with explaining the business to someone else. Because regardless of how bad I want it to be on autopilot, I still have to have some type of a decent heart to get on the phone with some of these people and call them and ask them how are they doing and if they need any help with anything. Because I know if it was me, I'd want someone to do it for me. So I'm kind of basically putting it out there that when I was alone, I would wish that I had someone to do that for me. And so that's what I'm bringing to the table for my team and for my business and for my people and my group. I'm going to be here for you to reach out to me and ask me anything that you need, you know, and there is no, I don't know, because if I don't know, I know someone that does know, or I know, or I have a book that I can go look in and find out what I need to know. So, you know, you just want to basically, you want to write down what your definite purpose is. You want to know where you want to go and where you want to be, and you want to give yourself a time frame, because if you give yourself a time frame, that will help you be able to push to better and more and achieving the success that you want. Asta, are you still there, sweetie?
Yes, I am.
Okay, do you have any questions?
I just wanted to ask, what is, like, I see that you are a mother. How do you do time management around your business?
Around my business? Okay.
Yes.
Okay. This is how I do around my business, because me having the kids. So basically, I set a time frame. Like if I know I got to get them up for school in the morning at 7 o'clock, I make sure that I have nothing else going on while I'm getting my kids ready in the morning for school, so I can get them off to their day and make sure everything is good with them. And then once they're gone and I'm up, I get up and do my laundry, I cook, I clean, and then I also, in between there, I fit in some of my work. If it's not a lot or something that I know I got to sit down and focus on, I kind of go in between the cleaning and the working, and I just make it fit in. I make time for it, because it's really like, once you acquire this skill set and you keep doing it consistently, you're going to get a rhythm and a pattern, just like they talked about with Google's algorithm. You're going to get a rhythm and a pattern, and you're going to do the same thing every day. You're going to rinse and repeat. And so it's going to start becoming a natural thing to you, because you're going to keep doing it until you actually understand it. You know, they say it takes the brain 10 times before it realizes something that it's not doing right, and it picks up on what it needs to do. So, you know, and that's what I would basically do. I would make everything fit around my schedule. So like if I had a job and I knew I couldn't get home, you know, to do whatever I wanted to do at that certain time, the day before I would take my food out and put it in the oven the day before. And I would start writing my blog post the day before and getting my images and stuff together the day before, already in a folder on my desktop. with a name waiting for me to come back to it and grab it and post it and finish it up, so I won't get too far behind my schedule. So do you have anything else that
I wanted to say thank you.
You're welcome.
Mm.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Yeah, all you have to do is stay committed, Asta, to what you want to learn. Because if you don't know what you need to know, you won't be able to help your team. And so that's where it falls down to breaking down the barriers of saying, okay, if I don't know something, I'll admit it. I don't know it, but I can find it out. And so can you. And so can anybody else that would be interested in doing this. It's not a hard thing to do. You just have to do it. The business won't work if you don't work. That's just the same as if you work in someone else's office building. That's why they have a time frame and a clock in and a clock out time for you to be there, is because they want you there prompt and center and ready to complete their job. They want their job done between this time frame. And so that's the same for you. And was it easy? No. Hell no, it wasn't easy. No. But I stuck with it. I stuck with it until I found my rhythm, until I found my skill, until I found my why, until I realized what my desire and my passion was going to lead me to. And at first, I didn't realize that you can't chase after the money. And that's what I want to tell everybody. You can't chase after the money, because as long as you're chasing after the money, it's never going to come. You have to be in tune with yourself. You have to be in tune with what you want to do. You have to be in tune with making it become a reality. You want it to become a real life factor in your world. So what would you do to make that manifest into your life? Put yourself in the position to make it come into your life. Did I have to do a lot of things? Yes, I did, but I was willing to take that risk so I can get to where I am now today, which I'm very proud of, and you guys should be proud too, because Asta, you came a very far way. And I was actually looking at your blog today, and I like what I see. I see that you're getting better, and you're taking your trainings and you're doing your assignments, and see, and that's what it's about. It's not about who's better than who. It's not about who can do this better than who. It is about everybody sticking together, us helping each other, not letting our egos get in the way of what's going on. You know, it's about us learning from each other, because I've learned some things from a lot of, you guys out here that come and see my videos that I talk to on a daily, and I've built friendships and relationships all across the world with people, you guys. So it's like, if you want it bad enough, if you really want this bad enough, how bad are you willing to go to get to it? So, do you have anything else, Asta, that you want to ask me?
You still got chat shit, Asta?
No, what do you?
What'd you say?
I just wanted to know, like, what do you do as far as like when times get rough?
What do I do? You know what?
Yeah.
You know what? And I'm gonna be honest on that one. I gotta be 100% honest on that, because all the times and all. Okay, there go Antwan. He's back. Hey, Twan.
Hey, what's up?
Okay. She just
Technical
asked. She just asked me, what do I do when times get rough? So I wanted to let her know that it wasn't easy. And when times get hard, I, honest to God, give it to him. Because if it wasn't meant for me to be here to teach and help every last one of you guys, I wouldn't have made it as far as I am. So I know I'm in the right path. I know I'm going on the right journey. And I know in my heart that this is where I want to be, is teaching other people and helping other people build their businesses and understand that it's okay that life strikes, because it does. And as I look back, Asta, here a few months ago, my husband got in a car accident in a brand new 2005 Ford Freestyle that we had just gave over probably about $15,000 for. And I was hurt because I needed that vehicle to support these kids, around the city. And I said, you know what, maybe it's time for me to walk. Maybe it's time for me to get out and walk and smell some of this air and let some of this sunshine hit me, because it was like a beacon of light just hit me at one time to let me know that no matter what was going on in my life, you guys, that something in my life had changed. The way that I looked at things, the way that I saw things, the way that I even would do my daily routine, it was like I would wake up as a brand new person, and it felt so good not to care what anybody thought about the situation or what was going on with me. I stopped focusing on the negative. No matter what went on, what was going bad, I just said, you know what, I'm shutting it out. No matter what, I don't accept it. I would start praying, and I would rebuke it in the name of Jesus to get it out of my life and get it out of my house. Because I know if anybody is the most highest and powerful is to get it away from you, is him. So I would just believe, and which, you know, we always talk about the power of belief, y'all. I would just believe and know and have faith that it was going to change, because I actually made a post in one of the groups where I said the difference a day makes, you know, and that was when I was actually feeling different about anything that was going on in my life, anything. I just said I wasn't going to accept it no matter what, you know, and I just stuck in there. So do anybody have any more questions?
Yeah, I totally agree with what you're saying. I mean, I try not to, and I mean, I try not to get depressed, down and out about things. But to you though, Linnea, I actually have to, you know, throw my hats off to you, because there were times when I first got into this business that I didn't even know whether or not I was, you know, I had the worth to do it. I didn't know if I was capable of doing it. I mean, you were the main reason why I am where I am today. You know what I mean? I've always been a writer since I was a little kid, but since I've gotten a chance to know you and just, you know, listening to you coaching and training every day and giving me the, you know, the positive motivation just to go out there and just allow myself to do it, it's been a great reward for me. I didn't think that I was capable of doing it, honestly. So,
but you are.
Oh, big time.
You are, and that's what people need to hear. They need to know that anybody that's willing and ready to read, write, learn, listen, and follow directions, you can do it. It might not happen within a day. It might not happen within a week. But if you continue to learn and do whatever you need to do to learn the skills to make this business work, because see, people don't know there's little gadgets and gadgets in the back office that you got to do to make it work. And all it takes is a few lousy minutes on a computer, which most people do anyway. We get on Facebook and we get on social networking sites, and that's what it's about. It's about us engaging with each other. It's about us reaching out, asking questions, trying to get help for anything that we need help with, so we can acquire the income and the happiness that we are all looking for. You know, and it's who you involve yourself with. It's who you get around. It's who you put yourself with. And I wanted to tell your sister, I wanted to send a shout out to her. Congratulations on her book. What was the name of her book?
Man, Mike, thank you. Oh my gosh, my sister Holly, one of the biggest motivators in my life. I mean, that woman has, oh my gosh, that woman and my niece have seen me through some difficult times, and to hear her release that book, I mean, the book is entitled From Heartbreak to Worship. Was just actually released. What was it, July 1st? But we received it 2 days ago, where I think it's actually was opened up yesterday. So if anyone wants to purchase the book,
it's below the video. If you guys,
it's below the video. I mean, she is elated about it. I'm her brother. I'm just like, I don't even know what to think. I'm just happy to know it. You know what I mean? It's
I don't even know her, and I'm proud. I am so proud of her, because a lot of the women, a lot of us, it is time for us to break out and break loose and let the world hear what we have to say, because we are very, very strong human beings.
Yeah.
And see, she's like a sister. Period.
Hey, you know what? For me, it's like I grew up. I'm the baby boy of seven sisters, and
Wow.
I mean to go through what I to go through. Oh my God, upbringing around them. Let me tell you, it was challenging. But I mean, you know, when she asked, I know she had a birthday last year, and I got on the phone because I wasn't able to attend, and to you know to give some words to her for celebrating her birthday. You
Hmm.
know, one of the words that came to my mind was our thoughts are, or whatever you want to say it, was a constant gardener, and it
Right.
was from a movie that I remember watching with you know with a couple years ago with some actors that I actually love, and I really didn't understand the concept of the movie until I really got the title, and it was like you know I told my sister I was like you are my constant gardener. And she was like, a constant gardener, what does that mean? I'm like, you know what, when you think about a person who plants flowers and plants seeds, I mean it takes time to go out there every day to groom the dirt, to water it, to make sure it's getting the proper sunlight, to make sure you know you're cutting the dead leaves off just to keep that plant growing. And it was like, to me, that's what a constant gardener is. And now that I'm in this position now, I've always wanted to reach, you know, people through my experiences in life. And, you know, who would have thought that I would have been in a business that allows me to
Hmm.
blog daily and talk about things that are, you know, insightful to me, things that I can pass on to other people to change the course of their life. And she is one of the biggest ones. You know what I mean? That if there's any doubt in my mind that
Right.
dream can't become a reality,
Mm.
I'm living testament to this. That I have my actual blood sibling here that is now a published author, which is something that she wanted her entire life, and now here she is. Why? Because she was willing to keep a journal of everything. When you write down everything that you want in life, it becomes a reality because
Yeah.
you create the life that you want. And I
Right.
can tell you, since I've started journaling, my life has changed drastically
Right.
because now it frees me from everything else, all of the naysayers, all of the conflict within myself. It's
Yeah.
mostly the conflict is within you.
And not to cut you off, right? Not to cut you off, but yes, the biggest the biggest enemy of your success is yourself.
Self.
It's yourself. And then I also want to point out what you said about blogging daily about what you want to talk about. This,
Right.
you guys, is where it becomes easy for you. Because if you talk about what you know, if you talk about what you like to do, if you've got a hobby, you might got something that you've been doing that you don't realize that you're doing that actually could create you a good amount of income from the comfort of your home. You
Right.
know, you might be interested in sports. You might be interested in babies because you have a slew of kids like I do, you know, and
Right.
anything that you want to do, say hi, Nene.
Hello.
Okay. And
Huh.
so, you know, you just really want to, people want to, it's the trust and the believe. You got to trust and believe in yourself that you can create the success. As long as you have a group of people that are willing and ready to help you get to where you want to be, then you're going to make it. Because if you notice, the more people that come together, which we call it unite, I call it the movement of society.
Right.
Because when I got in, I'd never seen this many people in my life come together like this to help and support someone else to get to where they want to be. Some nights I don't even get sleep because I'm up helping people late nights. I'm up helping multiple people get whatever idea that's in their head out, because I was once that person that couldn't. I had so much in my head, Antwan and Asta, that I could not get it out. I couldn't say what I felt, but I said, you know what? I've got to get over this. I've
Right.
got to let some of this stuff out because I think people need to know this. What if there's somebody like me that lost their job and lost their house and lost their car, and they really were homeless, and before they gotten homeless, they could have saved their self if they knew that they could work from home for their self. That's an
Right.
awful situation to be in, is not to have a place to stay.
Right.
So, and that's why your sister is an inspiration to me, because she stuck with her plan. No
That's
matter
right.
how long it took her, no matter how much pain she went through, no matter how much fight she had to go through to get to where she want to be, that girl is going places.
She is. She is. And I mean, it was an awakening for me because, you know, I mean, I was one of those guys that you stayed up on the phone with late at night trying to get it dialed in with what I needed to do, and I humbly appreciate that. And I know, Asta, just a couple days ago, I was on the brink of just saying, you know what, I'm gonna throw in the towel. And I went to bed, I slept on it, and the next morning I woke up to a message from Linnea telling me that, you know what, you have succeeded in doing what you've always wanted to do. And I had no idea what she was talking about. Absolutely had no idea until I looked at the message, and it said that a blog that I had written, Sunday, called "Creating Your Life the Way You See It," ranked number 3 on Google, not out of 100, not out of 1,000, not out of 1,000,000, but out of 1,430,000 results. My blog ranked number 3 behind 2 people, and one of the people were Dr. Phil. Now here this dude is some world-renowned psychologist, motivational speaker, television host, and here I am, this guy that nobody knows, and I'm telling him. And I said to myself, I am going to knock Dr. Phil out of the #1 spot, and lo and behold, later that night, I ranked number 2, and now I am ranked on top of Dr. Phil, and I can't even express what that feels like. And I told Linnea that when I first seen it, my tears were so heavy because no one knows the journey that I've been on. That my tears, literally, you can hear them hitting the concrete. That's how overjoyed I was. And then to wonder, like, okay, is this going to end? To wake up the next day to receiving an email from my sister about this book, and then I'm like, you know what? There's that shift. Shift is happening in people's lives today. And Dave Sharp said that about his story. Don't complain and don't gripe and whine about through your struggles. Get through them, then tell somebody. Tell somebody. Wait and go through your struggles. Go through whatever you need to go through.
Right.
And I'll tell people that in a heartbeat. I'm a father of my children. I left my home. I gave up everything, lost everything, because of whatever was going on in my life that I'll tell one day. But I made the choice and the decision to say, you know what, I'm not going to fall by the wayside. I'm going to make a difference in my life. The sacrifices that I made were not to hinder my kids or to hurt them, but to put them in a position to make their lives better. And if I got to go through that sacrifice and that journey to get there and to get them there, I'm willing and able, and I'll take it however it comes. But I know right now, the moment that you allow yourself to kill your own dreams is the day that you kill somebody else's dream. And I listened to Les Brown on a video the other day, not too long ago, say, if you kill the devil that is within you, then the devil's outside you can't do you no harm.
Nope.
I don't fear people around me. The person that I have to be in a daily fight with is myself. Nobody else matters. Nothing else that anybody says matters. It really doesn't matter to me. The only person that matters is you, and you have to be willing to go out there and wake up every day and defeat those devils and those demons that is within you. Yep. To change your conscious thinking. Everything that we've known from our existence, we've been taught that this is what you do, this is what you say, this is how you act, this is how you don't act. And your brain is trying to process all of these bad habits and these bad beliefs. And now that we become adults and we understand life a little bit more differently, we see things differently.
Yeah.
It's like we got to revamp everything. We got to wipe out all of that information that is in our subconscious mind and replenish it with something that is positive, that is meant to be inspiring, that's meant to inspire other people to change your conscious thought. And you know what? Every day it's been a journey, and every day I'm looking forward to not only challenging myself, but really challenging other people to say, you know what? This is not the best you. There is so much more to you than you can see yourself. Yep. And it was told to me, I didn't realize it, but it was told to me that there is so much more in you. When God made you, He didn't make anything mediocre, period. But we live life mediocre. We live life like this is just it. Well, you know what? When you were created, the blueprint was thrown out. There is no one like you. There is no one like me. There is no one like you, Asta. You are brilliant in your own making. You are your greatest creation, and you are your greatest creator, and it's up to you and anybody else that's out there listening. Don't let people fool you into thinking that it's just a conformity that you
Right.
just got to stick with. No, you got to go out there and challenge yourself. Jamie Foxx said not too long ago on an Oprah Winfrey special, he said, you know what? I do not want to leave this world until everything that is within me comes out of me.
Yep. He want to leave it behind. Yep.
He wants to leave it behind. I don't want to take anything that is within me with me. I want to make sure that when I leave this world, that everything that I had in me, I got out of me.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah. And that's a beautiful thing. That was a beautiful thing to say for him. That was really, really beautiful for him to say that. Because, you know, it's like we're already, I'm sorry, you guys, I'm having a bit of a hearing. Yeah, we wanna let you guys know that it's not about you not knowing. It's not about us not helping you. It's about you trusting us enough to say, you know what, I've been thinking about this, and this is something that I want to do. And if you want to do something, you don't keep thinking on it. You take action. Because if you look at a lot of the famous people, if you go back to their stories, they will tell you that they took a chance. They took a leap. And if you believe in yourself,
Yes,
that's what you're supposed to do. Because nobody else is going to believe in you like you believe in you. And if you don't believe in you, then you're just washed. You know, you're basically standing here with no vision, no life, no worry, no good, no what I want, no where I want to be, none of that. And that's what we're here for, is to uplift you guys and help you and guide you. We're here for you to ask us questions. If there's something that you don't know, you send us an email. Right. You connect with me below this video on Facebook. You know, you reach out and try to find me and say, hey, you know what? I saw your video. I just want to ask you one question. What made you, or how did you? And I'm going to give you an honest answer. You know, and Asta, I wanted to tell you, your basic layout of you planning what you want to do is who, what, when, and where, and why. You want to know who you're trying to reach. You want to know what do you want to do to reach those people. Then you want to know when are you going to reach your goals. You want to give yourself a deadline. You want to give yourself a date so you'll push towards achieving that success. And then the last one is you want to know where you're going. If you know that you want to be a millionaire in your mind in the next 6 months, who is there to stop you, to tell you that you cannot be a millionaire in 6 months? No one. Besides yourself. So that's why I took it upon myself 10 years ago, you guys, to start learning this stuff so I could help you. It was already wrote out that I was going to meet you guys. It was destined that I was going to help you. I just didn't know who you were yet. I didn't know how we were going to do it and when and what time. But I started feeling it and seeing it in my head. And it started shifting. Every day I started seeing little different signs. People started coming at me. People started emailing me. People started posting on my walls. People started going to my groups and my hangouts and started saying, hey, can I talk to you? And Antwan, you actually, and Asta, I believe too, were the same way. Hey, I need to talk to you. Is there any way you could pick up the phone? I want to ask you some questions. Right. And you know what? I didn't act like I was too good and didn't pick up that phone to talk to you guys. I picked up the phone and I called you. You know why? Because for you to be big and bold and proud enough to ask me a question, that told me something about your personality. That told me that you was willing to do whatever it took to get to where you are today, Antwan. And I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you for listening, following instructions, and I'm proud of you for taking action, and I'm proud of you for not giving up. Right. You wouldn't have ranked #1 if you would have gave up. Right. You weren't listening to me, you know, and you did it, and I was watching you, and I watch a lot of people. I watch a lot of you guys. I know what's going on. I know how good you're doing, and I'm trying my best to get to everybody as I can. And I want everybody to know you got to be patient because I've got these kids too, and I still have a life. But I'm making my way around, and we're going to make this rock. We're going to show everybody that we can really make our dreams come true no matter what, you know. And I just want to say for the night, you know, I'm loving the reaction that I'm getting. I'm loving this because if we don't stick together, if we don't pull together, you guys, we will not make it. And that's what it's about. It's us pulling together. So if you guys have any closing notes, you guys can go ahead and say what you want to say, and we're going to close it out for the night.
Take it away, Asta.
She's having a family gathering, so she don't want to be loud.
Hello.
Yeah, we here.
Yeah. I'm sorry. This is just a thing for all the young people that's trying to, you know, basically do. I'm 18, so I'm basically just starting out and everything. And, you know, just follow your dreams and keep doing what you got to do.
Yep.
And
Amen.
I want to thank you, Lene, for, you know, mentoring me for a while. I've been looking for a mentor, and I couldn't find one. And God did not send me. You know, He put us together for a reason. So, thank you.
Don't make me cry, y'all. I love y'all, and I want everybody to succeed. Oh, God. I want you guys to know that you can do anything that you want to do. You know, people made fun of me. People talked about me. They laughed at me because I talked about working from home. They thought I was crazy. But you know what? Look at me. I'm making money. Oh, and I'm paying bills. And it ain't going to stop because I'm after you. I'm after you, and I'm after you. I'm after anybody that's ready and willing to drop that towel and say, you know what? I need some help. So you guys, we'll see you again. And until later, take care, believe in yourself, and make sure you live out your dreams through your subconscious thoughts because they are real. Have a nice night.